Hello, welcome to Kerbal Space Program. I'm going to be playing this game, and obviously on career mode, with my super creative, always the same name. Actually, I'm not going to use that name. So, haha! I don't know what I'm going to name it instead, so okay, so just give me a second. After a long amount of deliberation, I've decided to use my other name. Right, so we could use Blorbs, Bullseye. I think I'm actually leaning towards the Blorbs. That sounds pretty cool. No, we're gonna use the Stripes. Oh, the Stripes. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I have a number of mods. I'm gonna see if I can list them all. Because I don't have that many. Let's see. I have Ferrum Aerospace. I have KW Rocketry. Those are like the two biggest ones, and then I also have Deadly Reentry, of course. I have TAC Life Support, which is Thunder Aerospace Corporation, if I recall correctly. I have Kerbal Joint Reinforcement. I have well, I was gonna have B9 Aerospace, but that has not been updated for this version. Oh right, I have Kerbal Construction Time, which means now things will take time to build. So now if I spend these upgrades, I get to spend them on how many build points I get in each one of these things. So this is the spaceplane hangar, this is the vehicle assembly building, and this is research and development. I'm not quite sure what this does, to be honest. I think what this does is we'll get 2 science for free per day, I think. And also, I'm not sure if that's what it means. And then for this one, this would mean that, whatchamacallit, we will get science for every, this many build points we use. So I'm going to spend a few on this, but I'm just going to spend them all on increasing this. I'm going to put a point into this, I have no idea what that is. But I'm going to put a point into that. I'm going to put most of the points into rate 1. Apparently there's rate 3 now, so I don't know if that just goes on forever or what. Let's see, SPS storage. Oh, right, and then there's also storage. So I'm not entirely sure how this works, but I believe how it works is you go into this building or whatever, and then you build yourself a rocket, and then you say, like, start building, or start constructing. Simulate? Build time at... Oh, right, and this will, like, let you calculate how long it will take to build things. So currently, just building this will cost... Oh my goodness. It's gonna take 3 days? Holy crap! God, that sucks. Okay, well, what happens if I put a freaking parachute on there? What happens then? It's gonna take 4 days? Freaking parachute takes you a whole day to make? What's wrong with you people? God, I'm gonna need to spend so many points on making this faster. Maybe I should have put all of my points into it, because it's gonna take forever. I mean, I don't even have anything on the freaking thing yet. Okay, that only took a couple hours, so I guess that's good. God, I don't even want to see what this is gonna do. Oh, that's actually not that bad. I wonder what happens if I do, like, just an engine. Even longer. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, although I'm pretty sure, I wouldn't say I'm 100% sure, but I'm fairly confident if I just do this, it's going to blow up. So instead, I am going to do this. I'm going to put this thing on it. Okay, I want to see what Simulate does. So if I press Simulate, I believe this is just like launching it, except for it doesn't actually count. Am I correct? Because it certainly seems like that's what it's about to do. Or that's what it's about to do. Which should be a nice feature, of course. Except, I'm not going to do any simulations if this is the case. Because I want to fail often and greatly. Yes, all progress is lost. Time limit is exceeded, the flight scene is exited. Okay, very good. Yeah, we're not going to do any simulations, because simulations are silly and for science people, and that's not us. We're just going to launch rockets. Actually, we're not just going to launch rockets, because we can't afford it. This is going to be the first craft... No, I'm going to call it something better. I'm going to name it the Explorer. Mark 1, of course, because how are you supposed to know how much we've done? Okay, so... at the moment, I just want to go ahead and build this thing. Well, actually, I'm going to play with the staging here a bit. Right, so actually the heat shield, I don't really need it, but it is kind of nice. Actually, no, okay, I'm not going to use the heat shield because, well, several reasons. One, I don't need it, because the engine has a pretty high tolerance for heat. So instead of using that, now it's going to take us 2 fewer hours to do this. We'll be able to launch a little bit higher, of course, because there'll be less mass. So yeah, they'll be fine, and I'm pretty sure we'll be fine. Even if not, we'll just blow up the engine. Yeah, okay, another thing is I don't want to drop off this part, because if I keep this, then I get to use these parts later, so it'll take less time to build things in the future. So we're going to start building this. Now, I believe if we exit here, and then we go up to the thing, there's like the menu bar that we saw here earlier. There will be a list of things that we are currently building, and presumably when they're going to be finished. I don't see the list. That's not the right button. Okay. Alright, so we had a few technical difficulties there. Because it didn't want to come back up and stuff, and yeah. Oh, there we go, that's what we're looking for. Oh, and that. Yes, thank you. So we don't actually want to look at that right now. We do want to look at this, because there should be warp to complete. Yes, okay, so yes, here's the thing. So I'm not going to warp to complete, because I don't want to do that. I just want to speed it up myself. So, yeah, like I assume, if I just go ahead and do this, we'll sort of speed through a few days here. I know, I mean, I'm aware there's a button that says warp to complete. There's nothing for us to do right now, except for wait until this is done. So, we're just going to wait until it's done. 5 hours until it's complete. Exciting. This is actually pretty cool, because this, like, gives you an incentive, like, to launch multiple missions at once and be like, well, yes, I could, you know, I could just wait until this one is done, but I could also be building something right now. It also gives you incentive to, like, actually return things to Kerbal rather than just letting them crash into the ground, because you see this tab that says storage. If I have things in there, I'll have them next time, so we won't have to. Oh, cool! I got science just for. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I get science just for building things, which is very cool. I don't actually know how I do this. Maybe I go to this building and then it'll like pop up. It'll give me like a launch button. So if I load this, and then I click launch. No, I don't want to build it again. Of course, so that'd be silly. What's my current part inventory? Nothing. Okay. I don't actually know how to launch the rockets. Oh, maybe I just go to the launch pad. That makes sense. Maybe that's how it works. Let's see. Well, okay, let's open up this thing. Next vehicle, none. Okay. In store. Oh, here, launch. Very good. Well. Oh, whoops. Yeah, we need to go recruit some astronauts. I don't want to use Bill, Bob, and Jeb, unless I have to, of course. Let's see. We want. I wish we had these bars instead of this, but I'm going to use Sigric because he's a cool name. And now let's launch. Okay. Very cool. I do like this system, although it is a little bit strange. Although I'm sure I'll get used to it and it'll be fine by the time we get really into it. However, right now it is a bit strange. So anyway, let's launch this thing. I don't expect it to really get very high. The idea is for it to just sort of take off. And then we should be able to land with the assistance of our parachute, because we're just going to go as high as we... Oh my god, that is way too fast. Yeah, because of deadly reentry, if I accelerate too quickly into the atmosphere, I will kill myself. I'm going to go this way a little bit, so that I... Oh, no. Yeah, also there is... if you look at this Ferrum window here, there's a bunch of flight data. We don't have to worry about that right now. Instead... Actually, we should probably look at the terminal velocity. Okay, yeah, we're fine. So it says flight status here. What that is for example, if I go too quickly, okay, I can't go too quickly. I already used it all. But earlier, it said flight status, high dynamic pressure. I'm no aerospace engineer, but I have noticed when there is high dynamic pressure, things fall apart. And not referencing the book. Yeah, like if you turn over too much and you're close in the atmosphere, your rocket will come apart, which is not good. In fact, some might even call it bad. So Sigric is not having a fun time right now, but that's okay, because we know he will be fine. I'm not going to get out unless we get... Yeah, I'm not going to get out. I don't feel safe getting out until we use our parachute, and then I'll get out and do an EVA. Alright, so I'm just going to... Yeah, I don't think... We're not going to get going near... Oh god, no. Not that way. Here, I'm going to activate this parachute, and then that should flip us back over the right way. Because I don't want to land... Oh, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. I guess I'm going to have to use the SAS to force us to come down like this, because it doesn't seem like it wants to. Oh, okay, it's fine now. Because also Ferrum adds in the whole lifting body effect, so we can, like, essentially fly this thing. If we wanted to, and if it was a little bit more aerodynamic, we could fly this little thing here, which is, you know, pretty cool, but we're not going to do that, because it wasn't built for that, and we don't really want to do it. So ideally, we'll recover all of these parts, and then we'll have ourselves some engines and command pods and parachutes that we can use for later. To give you an EVA report from that. I do like how you get science just for building things. It is kind of nice, which means now I won't have to feel guilty about, you know, just building random things and being like, well, I'm not actually getting any science for this, because I like to, like, pretend and like build missiles and stuff, because it's just cool. So no. Oh no. Lost the engine and the... No, we should have just gone on land and we would have been mostly fine. Oh well. Alright, well, we're just gonna get back in, I guess, because actually we're currently not gonna get back in. He's having some issues with this. Okay, we'll just recover Sigric here, and then we'll go back to the tracking station and recover the rest of the vessel. So yeah, we'll have ourselves a fair amount of science from this. Enough to, I mean, not a lot of the science, of course, but enough to unlock the next thing. And then we'll go check the stored parts tab and see what we've got. Presumably we should have a command pod, and I don't know if we'll get the parachute, actually, because we did use the parachute, so I'm not sure if we still get it or if we have to build new one, because we did use it. I would think we get it, but I guess we'll just check the tab and see what happens. It's taking a while to load. It's probably the mods. Welcome to KSAT. I already spent my upgrades. Yeah, I don't have any more points. What are you talking about? Alright, VAB storage. None? That doesn't seem right. I feel like we should have at least a command pod. Part inventory. None. Oh, yeah, we do. Okay, we have a parachute, and we have a... Oh, inventory for the thing was the ships I have, I believe, not the parts. Okay, so we do have a parachute, and we do have a command pod. So I believe if we if we make ourselves a new rocket here, so if we use the command pod, it takes an hour, which I think is pretty good. And if I add another one... Yeah, okay, so it normally takes a couple of days to build one of these, but instead, since we already have one, it'll take us like an hour, which is very, very nice. And if we put a parachute on top, yeah, 2 hours to build this, which is definitely a lot less time than before. If I load up our Explorer Mark 1, I believe this thing will take us perhaps a couple days to construct instead of 6 days. Yeah, it'll take 3 days to construct, because we already have this stuff. It's just we need to build ourselves a new fuel tank and engine, which is kind of, I don't really like that too much. I'm going to see if I can't build myself another one of these, because I would like to build one. Oh, also, things are built faster if you've already built parts of that type before. So it'll get faster even if we didn't save any parts. This time we're going to go to we're going to turn in the opposite direction, which I believe is east. So we're going to turn east this time, and we will see what happens. So let's warp. Alright, and just sort of pass the time until we are ready to launch our next rocket, which will be in about a day. So let's just pass some time here. Alright, 5 minutes until we're done. We'll just have Sigric fly this one again, because it doesn't really matter. It's not like a hugely important mission. We won't use Sigric for everything, so there's 0.541 science added, probably because we've already done it, but whatever. Oh, right, we can unlock more science stuff. Yeah, I should probably do that. Yeah, so since I have KW Rocketry, I get a couple of these other parts and those SRBs, which are nice. I like them. Okay. So we could unlock this, or this, or this. Oh, right. Yes, all of these the food containers from the attack life support, but we don't really need those. Oh, the batteries definitely aren't here in the vanilla game, so that's curious. Well, we're gonna go for. I think I'm just gonna go for survivor or for general rocketry right now. Node will unlock in 10 days. What? What is this madness? Good God, we have to spend time to research things? What? No. What? That is... Oh God, that's awesome. Alright, so it's going to take us 10 days to unlock basic rocketry, and then 40 days to unlock general rocketry. I love this. This is awesome. Indeed. We have the Explorer Mark 1. Let us launch another one. We will add Sigric, because he is good at flying things. We're going to go the other direction. Hopefully we can save ourselves at least a fuel tank, if not another command pod and parachute, which we should definitely easily be able to save ourselves. And even if we did launch ourselves into orbit, which we're not going to do, then actually, you know what? No. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to do some science from the launch pad here. Because you can get a fair amount, and this way we won't destroy any of the rocket. It should be maybe 4 hours or something to reassemble everything and refill it with fuel and jazz. So we're just going to do this. We're going to... he won't be able to get back in, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. So we just got our EVA there. Now we're going to drop off. Good. I was almost afraid that was going to kill him for a second, but it didn't. Okay, so now we're going to recover him, because he just did some science. And then we're going to recover that rocket out there, because it has a little bit of science on it. And then we're going to... Oh, no, okay. So, I was just thinking about something. When we built that rocket, we only got 0.5 science from it. I'm pretty sure the reason isn't because we've already done it before. I think the reason is because we already had the command pod and parachute, so we didn't use as many build points, and therefore didn't get as much science. So when we build giant rockets, we should just get tons of science just for building giant rockets, which means we could probably exploit it and just build lots of giant rockets. But I'm not going to do that, because I mean, you know, where's the fun in that? I'm going to build giant rockets and then use them. Whereas, you know... Ooh, I have more upgrades? Sweet. I am definitely going to use these. Actually, I think I just understood what this is for. I believe... What this is for is I can build 2 things at a time now. One of them at 0.8 build points per second. I think that's what it stands for. I mean, I don't see why. 0.8 build points per second, and then the other one at 0.1 build points per second. I don't really want to do that, because that's dreadfully slow. Although I think I'll start building 2 of these things now. I can choose to use or not use parts. So I'm definitely going to, because we have a command pod, we have one of these, so we're going to build one of these. They're actually going to build a second, which I believe we can work on simultaneously. And this way, I'm pretty sure we're just going to launch these things out across the lands, and we'll do some science with them, and we'll also get science for just building them, which is just a little bit of bonus. This is not a whole lot of science. And then, okay, also for these upgrades, I believe this one is not one day we get 2 science. I believe it is for science development. So we'll get 1 science for every 86,000 build points we use. Okay. And then we will also get, we'll develop like 2 science points essentially every day. Which makes, I don't know if that's quite right. So we're going to have this one ready in 3 hours. That's pretty quick. And then this one will be ready in 24 days. Because we're building at a much slower build rate, I believe. So, let's just... I'm just going to use the warp to complete button, actually, because that's actually super convenient. I don't know why I didn't do that before. Alright, very good. Now the next vessel will be done in 2 days? Yeah, because now we're using the other one. And we just add some science, but that's cool. See, as far as tech goes, it'll be a while. You know, 39 days to be exact. But now we have an Explorer to launch. So let us add Sigric to this and launch it. And we're going to go to the other direction this time. And while we're launching, which is not going to take very long, it'll be like, you know, a few minutes. But still, while we're launching, the other Explorer will be being built, which is very nice. I shouldn't have really spent points on that second build slot. It would have been easier just to build with one build thing that goes faster, but you know, whatever. It's not the big of a deal, and it is kind of nice to be able to build 2 at once. I don't know if you can do that if you only have the one. So let's turn on our SAS, even though we don't really need it, and go a little bit faster. In fact, we're just gonna go like that, and then oh no, that is way too fast. When you start to see these like Mach effects or whatever, that is too fast. That is a general visual rule of you're going too fast. If you see Mach, yeah, see if it says high dynamic pressure, that means we should probably slow down so we don't, you know, destroy ourselves. Well, I mean, once you get higher, you can pretty much just sort of burn as much as you want and not have to worry about the high dynamic pressure thing. Generally, it's not much of an issue. It won't really be for us with this rocket because it's a pretty small one, but... Alright, so we're just going to warp up here. Yeah, it's been about a minute. I guess there is really no reason to build that other Explorer when we've spent... I mean, it's only going to be a couple minutes, so... Okay, well, let's do a quick crew report, see if there's any... No, there's nothing new. Okay. I guess I should have figured that there wouldn't be, but whatever. And we're going to land over here somewhere in Kerbin's grasslands, I believe, which is just fine and dandy. Using a little of electric charge. So we don't have... let's see, yeah, food and stuff. So we would be using this. I don't think we need oxygen if we're not in space. Oh, also the electricity being consumed by the person. Oh, goodness! Yeah. That's why you should not do what I just did. Fuck. See, normally I wouldn't even care, but because I have this thing that makes it cost time to build, which I'm thoroughly enjoying it, by the way, it's great. Is I care that thing just fell off. I mean, besides the fact that it's kind of annoying, because now I'm gonna have to build a new one. Luckily, we should still have the command pod and jazz, you know. But still, I would rather just, you know, have it and not have to worry about it, because we could build more things faster. Even if we didn't build another Explorer next, which is probably what we'd do anyway. But even if we didn't build another Explorer next, we'd still be able to, you know, build the next thing faster. Because I'm sure we're going to be using the LTV-30s on more than just one kind of thing. So I'm going to time warp us down, but I've had issues where the pod has been destroyed. Where's my ground scatter? I definitely have that on. Or maybe there isn't any here. I'm pretty sure there's some everywhere though, so I don't know why that would be the case. Okay, good. We're safe and on the ground. Now we're gonna get out and take ourselves. What's the electric charge consumption rate? Very low. All right. Well, let's take a surface sample. Very good. Looks like dirt. Don't think a spacesuit was entirely necessary to get here. Well, you're wrong. Okay, now I'm going to get out again. I don't know if we can do another EVA from here. Well, we can, but I don't know if it's really going to help. Yeah, whatever, I'll just dump it. Okay, so let's recover this thing. We should get ourselves a few more sciences. And then I believe we're going to unlock that node there at the bottom. One, to get the life support, which would be helpful for longer missions. Not that we're doing those yet. And also so that we can get some more things. So now we have 45 science, which is pretty good. Oh, right. We have to wait for this to happen. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll just warp until we finish this next one then. Yeah, I'm not going to bother building 2 at once because it doesn't even matter really. Cool. 6 days until that's done. 0.5317 science added, which is exactly what I would have expected, considering we already had a command pod and stuff. So let's just look here, see if we have any new guys. I guess I'll just recruit them all since they don't cost money right now. There's probably a mod for that actually, but actually, to be honest, I don't really feel like playing with that and this. That'd be too much. Maybe I'll add it sometime in the future. I'm not sure. Instead, we're just going to go ahead and launch this Explorer. I'm not going to take Sigric this time. Actually, I'm going to choose the next coolest name. So Chadmore Munbro. Wait, no. I don't want to launch Munbro until we do a mission to the moon, because that is the guy. Oh my god. Munbro. Okay, we're going to take Loken, because he's a cool name. But Munbro, yes, he's totally going to fly our first flyby of the moon, which should be, you know, fairly soon. I don't know exactly when it's going to end up being, but yeah, that is awesome. Munbro. I don't know why that's so awesome. That's just so awesome. yeah, so... Well, I think after this, we're going to go for a rocket and just sort of launch it straight up, like as high as we can get. I don't know if we're actually going to be able to get any science this time. I'm just going to see if I can go north a little, I guess. I mean, I don't really know where else to go, to be honest, because... I'm going to slow that down a bit. See, because I want to get across this here lake thingy, and I'm sure we can do it. Oh, no. That's perhaps a bit fast. So I just want to keep going, but not so fast that we, destroy ourselves and overheat our parachute. It is heating up, but I'm pretty sure we'll be fine. I'm gonna go a little bit faster. I think it can. I mean, it'll tell me when it starts to overheat, so that's fine. Right. So I don't really feel safe. Hopefully, it's a new biome on this other side. Well, I'm not going to actually play with our current direction, because I don't want to tear this thing off the bottom like we did last time, because that was rather unfortunate, to be honest. Okay, well, let's just sort of warp forwards a little bit. I don't want to warp one too much, and I currently have the SAS off, so the aerodynamics of the craft will guide it, but, okay, we're on the other side. I'm just going to deploy the chute now. Hopefully we don't tear the thing apart. Oh, that looks bad. No, it's fine. I mean, I just say it looks bad because we're currently going this direction, then we just turned flat and stuff, and that just doesn't seem like it's a good idea. So I'm just going to turn myself using the SAS towards the retrograde vector, and then we'll perhaps be fine. Okay, I'm going to turn it off now since we seem to be going... Actually, we're picking up speed. That's troubling. I don't know why that would be happening, to be honest, because it shouldn't. Alright. Yeah, so each... Also, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but each command pod carries a day's worth of life support, and then if you want more, though, you have to add it by yourself. Or you have to add it in addition to what it already has. So, we are just going to go ahead. I don't know exactly the close area of the surface. I can't really see with that